Over 3 millennia ago, the prophet Zarathustra revealed the message of a new faith, Zoroastrianism. Believed to be one of the earliest revealed religions in the world, it is the oldest surviving monotheistic faith today. Zarathustra is thought to have lived sometime between 1500 and 1200 BC in ancient Persia, possibly in an area between the Aral Sea and what is now northeastern Afghanistan. He proposed a radically new set of beliefs for the time, of one supreme creator known as Ahura Mazda, or God, of good thoughts, good words, and good deeds, and the concept of the immortality of the soul. Zarathustra's actual words survive today in the form of religious hymns known as the Gathas. The Zoroastrian religion spread and flourished for close to 2,000 years since its inception. It was the court religion of 3 Persian empires: the Achaemenian Empire, from 550 BC to 331 BC. The Parthian Empire, from 248 BC to 224 AD. And lastly, the Sasanian Empire, from 224 AD until 651 AD. These empires and their kings were known throughout the ancient world for their contributions to science, political systems, and trade. They exhibited a spirit of cultural tolerance and freedom of worship in conquered lands. Most noteworthy among them was Cyrus the Great, who issued what is believed to be the first human rights document in history. He is also famous for having freed the Jews from captivity when he conquered Babylon. Remains of these empires survive today in many areas, but especially in the extensive ruins of the ancient capital Persepolis in present-day Iran, despite being plundered and burned during Alexander the Great's invasion in the 4th century BC. Many Zoroastrian inscriptions, sculptures, and art have survived. At their peak, these empires extended through what is now Turkey, the Middle East, southern Russia, Armenia, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and the Punjab in Pakistan. Followers of the court religion came from differing ethnic and cultural groups, and once numbered in the millions. However, with the fall of the Sasanian Empire in the 7th century AD and the subsequent rise of Islam, these populations were significantly diminished. The Shahnameh, or Book of Kings, is considered Iran's national epic and among the world's great literature. It was written by the poet Ferdowsi in the 11th century, well after the Zoroastrian era, but offers comprehensive stories of pre-Islamic Iran before and after Zoroastrianism. Through the years, Zoroastrian communities have preserved their customs, religious beliefs, texts, and prayers, often adapting but continuing to practice their faith in varied cultural contexts and areas of the world. Zoroastrianism stresses veneration of nature's elements, including water, the earth, and fire, all of which serve as unchanging universal forces in an otherwise changeable world. Most Zoroastrian rituals are performed in the presence of a flame. Fire is seen as a visible symbol of the inner light which burns within each person, and as a physical symbol of God. Zoroastrian fire temples have a constantly burning, consecrated flame. 2 distinctive symbols that Zoroastrians wear include the sudre and kushti. The sudre is a white muslin shirt with a V-shaped neck and a pocket called the giraban, into which one's good deeds are entrusted. The kushti is a sacred thread made from lamb's wool. It is tied around the waist 3 times while praying to remind adherents of 3 basic principles of the faith: good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. A child is formally initiated into the religion with a special confirmation ritual known as the Navjot, or Sudre Pushi ceremony. While the actual rituals differ slightly between cultures, it is the occasion when a child wears the Sudre and Kushti for the first time. Under the guidance of a priest, the child recites prayers, receives benediction, and declares his or her acceptance of the religion of Ahura Mazda, as taught by Zarathustra. From this point on, one is responsible and accountable for one's actions, and encouraged to always choose good over evil. Over the centuries, Zoroastrianism has influenced the religious thought and culture of several major faiths. Strong cultural influences continue to be seen in geographical areas that are no longer even Zoroastrian. In recent times, it has come to be known that Zoroastrianism has been maintained directly or indirectly in the cultures of many people, especially those in Central Asia, who are increasingly looking towards Zoroastrianism as part of their cultural and religious heritage. Zoroastrian communities around the globe continue to flourish while maintaining their own cultural distinctiveness. Historically, the two main recognizable groups have been those in present-day Iran and those settled in the Indian subcontinent over 1,000 years ago, known as the Parsis. Both these communities are thriving and growing in their homelands and the diaspora. 3,000 years after its revelation, Zoroastrianism lives on, touching lives and guiding its followers into the future.